be shy, we'll teach you how to reach the sky. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, come and make your dreams come back. We'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Emma's young blood leads the way, making magic every day. Barely art school holds it tight, from morning sun to late at night. Retreat weekends, learn and grow, all the tricks we wanna show. Every color, every thread builds a joy that lies ahead. Take my hand, I'll show you how we can start creating now. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, come and make your dreams come back. I'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Red hair flying, fingers working, princess teaching, never shirking. Glitter goblins pass through ways, Emma managing our days. Melly's dreams in purple hues, we're the team that never loses. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, come and make your dreams come back. We'll show you how to cut and paste, nothing here will go to waste. ScrappyShak, ScrappyShak, love and laughter, that's our track. Purple walls and friendly faces, this is where your heart embraces. All the joy that you can make here at our ScrappyShak.
There you go. You ready?
You good?
You're good.
Hey, ScrappyShak friends. It's me, the Glitter Goblin, for the 8th week in a row, or the 80th or something. I'm just going to tell you I'm feeling Grinchy today. Not that you can see, because my Grinch is see-through. But, you know, here we go. Time for the announcements. Wait! Is that a clatter on the roof? Could it be Santa Claus? Could it be, oh, it's me!
Hello, everybody, ScrappyShak fans. I'm so excited to be back with you. We were going to send out a message to you yesterday telling you that I was going to be here, but we decided to just surprise you. So good morning, everybody. So excited to be here. I know that I've been away a long time, but I also know that Glitter Goblin and Princess April have been taking care of you and taking care of the store in a great way. So I'm so excited to be back. I can't promise I'm going to be back here every Saturday. We still have a long road to go with my husband, but he is much better. He's at home. He's getting back to normal, and things are much better. But I will be taking care of him for some time to come. So I can't promise I'll be every Saturday, but I will try to pop in and see you guys. And even if I can't be here physically in the store, maybe I'll pop in from home and say hello to you guys. So I am so excited. I gotta turn on the chat here. For some reason it's not on, so I can see all of you. And I'm not seeing it, and I don't know. Nope. For some reason it looks different than it did when I went away.
Because it's hiding from you.
Yeah, see, that's what I did, but then it's not coming up anyway.
Ooh, that is weird.
Isn't that weird? See? Yeah.
I got nothing because it should have been there.
Yeah, so anyway, I don't know if you're talking to me.
They are.
I don't know.
They say, good morning. Hey there, Melanie.
Who's on? Who's on so I can talk to people?
You got Sandy.
Hi,
you got Teresa. You got your bestie.
Hi, bestie.
Christine.
Hi, Christine.
That's all.
All right. Awesome. So I'm going to talk about the announcements with you guys here. Listen, real quick though, one of the first announcements that we're going to make is we just like minutes ago made this decision. We're going to be putting out our holiday hours, and our marketing person who does the holiday hours actually has already put it together before we made this decision. So we're going to try to change it. But we've made the decision that we're going to close that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday after Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. Nope. Thursday is Christmas. So we're going to close the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday after Christmas. So I'm going to give April and Barbie that week off because they have done so much since I have been out for the last couple of months. And so I have just decided to give them that week off. And so we're going to be closed that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday after Christmas. But remember, the online store is always open. So you can always order. And then when we get back after the new year, we'll be shipping that stuff out. So just wanted to let you know about that in case we are unable to change the holiday hour thing. I'm going to work on that today. Okay, so the first thing on my announcement list is the Melanie and Roger update. So I just gave it to you. Yay. Actually, Roger is he's doing much better. He's happy to be home. I am spending most of my days dragging him around to doctor appointment after doctor appointment after doctor appointment. So, but we're getting there. They're telling us it could be up to 6 months before he gets back to normal. So, not that he was ever normal. He was
normal for Roger.
He was normal for Roger. We'll give him that.
Get back to Roger, not get back to normal.
Get back to Roger. That's right. Okay, so upcoming retreats, guys. We have Spring Forward coming up in March. This was actually our very first ever mini retreat that we put together, was the Spring Forward. We do that on the weekend of daylight savings time when that all happens. And so we're about half sold out on that one. Tickets are $199, and it gives you the entire weekend of fun and crafting and having a great time. So go ahead and get your tickets for that. And then we have our August celebrity retreat at Unicoi Lodge. We already have, I think, close to 50 tickets sold for that, but we have 50 additional. And this year, guys, I don't know if you know this, but this year we've actually opened up crop space as well. So if you don't want to come for the entire retreat and be in there for all the classes and do all of that, you can always buy a ticket in the crop area, which is $149 for the entire 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's only $149. You're going to have electricity and a big workspace to yourself and that kind of thing. So if you are coming to the retreat and you want a crop spot, give us a call and we'll figure out a way to make that work out for you without you having to pay the full amount for a crop spot if you're coming to the full retreat.
Christine says, man, I wish I could be there. And I said, you can, we'll let you.
Yeah, exactly. Wishes she could be here for what? Spring forward?
I don't know.
Which
She
one?
didn't say if it
Which
was
one are you
spring
coming
forward
to,
or
Christine?
August.
I think you're
thought they did.
coming. I think so too. And then we also have, but I've been told it's not showing up on the website right now. We also have Harvest Fling scheduled for next year and Craftmas scheduled for next year. Craftmas is already partly sold out. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
About half.
Sold out already for next year's Craftmas. So be taking a look at those retreats. We also have some upcoming classes. I think just one more for the year.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So-
then everybody has to get ready for Christmas.
Yeah. So we have one more class coming up before the for the end of the year, and that is Sunday. And I'm gonna flip it around and show it to you. Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a really, really awesome wooden gingerbread house class on Sunday. There are still seats available for that, although we just plastered it all over social media. So you better get your tickets now before everybody else does, because I think we put it out in like 50 or 60 groups, guys. So if you want tickets for the gingerbread house class, I think it's $35.
Yes.
And this is a solid wood,
flip it.
okay? Yep, go ahead and flip it. This is a solid wood gingerbread house that you're going to be making. You're going to actually assemble it from just blank pieces. You're going to assemble it. You're going to paint it. You're going to cover it with paper, with other pieces of, look at this. Isn't that amazing?
And
Oh
you
my goodness.
choose your own colors.
Yeah.
I want traditional, but if you want a hot pink gingerbread house, yes, it's okay with me.
Yeah, look at this chimney with the smoke coming out of it. I mean, you can pick your own colors, you can pick your own design. If you're like my bestie Diane and you want to make it a Nightmare Before Christmas haunted house, Christmas gingerbread house, have at it. Whatever you want to do with that. So
it does actually come with more pieces. I did not use all of mine. It's got more candy canes, more gumdrops, more this and that.
amazing. And guys, this is solid wood here, okay? And this isn't this cheapy little chipboard stuff. This is actual solid wood little gingerbread house here. You can actually even, if you want to, you can actually even get some lights, some like little, some of those ScrappyShak tiny lights, and put some tiny lights in there and let them show out through the windows. So much that you can do with this. This is going to be such a fun class. I think it's also age appropriate for kids, 10, 12 and up?
Oh, I think an 8-year-old.
8-year-old? Okay.
Sure.
So great for a family project too. If you have kids that are like 8 years old or and up, something like that, they can come as well. And we still have several seats.
Yeah.
Several
And there's
seats
so many
available.
moving parts to it. I think like a parent and child could work on one together.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because there's so many different things to paint and decorate on that.
Okay.
It's going to be a kind of a long class.
So a great way of doing a gingerbread house without having to bake anything. Right?
That's right.
So that's going to be a lot of fun, and that is coming up on this Sunday, and that's going to be our last in the store class for the year. Coming up next year, Diane and I have some things planned for you. So we're going to be doing some online retreats next year.
Oh,
I know, right? Virtual retreats. So like people like my friend Suzanne Pipitone, who lives in California, who can't make it out out here every time we have retreats. It would be a great one for her or anybody else that either can't make it out here or just loves our retreat so much that they want to do the in-person ones and the online ones. And then we are going to start getting a little bit better about doing some more consistent online classes for you as well. So we have lots of things planned for you guys in the new year. I'm so excited. I can't tell Barbie and April and all of our volunteers, Sandy, Carolyn, Kay, Teresa, all of you. And Gretchen from the Hillman Foundation as well. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate everything you've done and keeping things running and keeping our little family alive over here while I've been out. So thank you, and enjoy your week between Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
And they told me that I am not allowed to show you the products because I don't know anything about them. So I'm going to turn them back over to the
I'm just going to say she might not even know what we've ordered recently. So, you know. All right. First, I'm going to give you 2 flashbacks to last week. So last week, I showed you the Oliver's Adventure stamps. Each one of these is just $11.49. Here's Oliver with all his packing stuff. And here's Oliver sitting on his suitcase with all his stamps. And these stamps, you guys, they're all cheese stamps. There's Swiss and Parmesan and cheddar and Gouda. And they're just funny. There's Brie. And then here he is with his diary and with a map. And these are from Craft Consortium. They stamp great. Last week, I had stamped in gray and colored in colored pencil, and the view just wasn't that great. So here we go again. I have stamped in Memento Tuxedo Black and colored with my alcohol markers. So I think I have a little bit better look for you this time. Here is the one with the map. And, I don't know if anybody mentioned this, but the whole store, we've had a whole store sale this week, and the store is 30% off. So if you buy these today, if you buy anything today, other than large machines and tools, everything is 30% off. And these are in a category, the new product showcase. Your code for the new product showcase. So if you're watching this on Sunday and you don't get to order until later, the code is Santa20. But if you're ordering today, Saturday, December 13th, 2025, you don't need a code. Everything's going to come automatically.
It seems
30. I'm sorry, Santa20. Santa20. We're not giving you 25% off. That would be, we would have to pay them.
Yeah, we would.
That's no good. We're going to get in way too much trouble for that. Sorry. I had just read you the whole date, and so 2025 came up out of my mouth. Well, it's a good thing April's here to say, what the heck are you talking about, woman? Anyway, so 30% off today, 20% off if you use the code Santa20 tomorrow. All right, today, though, you don't have to worry about codes. So this one, too, I showed you last week. Oh, I can't remember how much he is.
Yep.
April's going to look real quick. This is Tales from Oakwood, and it's just this little guy. He's using the leaf as an umbrella. I can't hardly stand it. And then you got this bird on the logs down here with all the mushrooms. Then there's an extra leaf, extra couple leaves, extra acorn.
He's the same price.
Okay, so he is also, he's also from Craft Consortium. So he's also $11.49 stamps. Great. Okay, so here is this little guy all by himself with just black ink on white paper. I didn't even have time to color that one in. And then here, and guys, I wanted to remind you something about stamps. You don't always have to color all the tiny little details. Now, I did here on this version and splattered with some spritz and stuff in the background. I got a couple shades of blue and a little bit of gold in there to add into the raindrops. But here I've just ink blended a card with a little blue for the rain, a little brown for the acorns, and a little yellow in between. And that works. You know, he's a cute little guy. I could go back in with some ink pen or colored pencil or something and add a few details, but I don't have to go back and color that. And then here, continuing mine and April's experiment with packing paper, because
why not?
If you're like us, you have so much. It comes to your house on the daily almost.
Oh my God. Yes.
So here's the little guy on just packing paper, and he's cute. You can use printed paper as well. So some of you who come in and tell me, oh, I don't stamp because I don't like all that coloring. Well, don't be silly. You don't have to do all that coloring. All right, so April's going to tell you about
Is
some
it
of the-
my turn?
It is.
Oh, here, let me turn on this other light that was in my eyeballs. There we go. All right, friends. So, you know, we had our little Craftmas in November. So we added all of the products that we had leftovers. So here is a Hero Art stamp. It is $7.99. And it is called Merry Christmas Santa and Reindeer Set. It's very cute. Oh, and I covered up the Enjoy the Gift. So we have a few of these in stock. And then we have a Spellbinders Friends die. This one is $11.99. It has its shadow.
That's very important. I know some of you are totally into shadow.
Yes. Yes, we like our shadows.
It helps the words stand out and pop up more.
And then we ordered this interesting thing. It's Spellbinder Serenade of Autumn watercolor resist paper. There's 3 different designs, and I don't know if you can see that?
You can. You can see that there are leaves on that.
So I don't know what the other ones look like, but it looked neat to us. So we have a few of these. These are $5.49, 6 sheets.
And so you paint those with watercolor or thinned out acrylic, and there are bits on there that will resist and show through in white. And
it'll
very
be
cool
like
stuff.
a magical surprise.
Yep.
And then we have some adhesive embellishments, $4.49. This is Fashion Rose. You know, we like our embellishments. And for our flitter by people, I don't know if there's any out there, flitter by people. We have 2 different. We have the Twilight Butterfly and the Sunset Butterfly. These are $3.99. There's 7 of each, and they are 3D. And then we have a stencil set that is from Hero Art. It is $6.99, and there are 2 of them. Come join the fun. Let the wild rumpus start. Frolic, make merry, celebrate, ice, cake and ice cream, happy times, festive, confetti, rejoice, cheers, let's have a party, pop, fizz, click, bring on the bubbly. And then there's your bubbly and your stars. So that's fun. And then we have from Hero Arts an infinity die. This one is $24.99, and it is called Build a Flower. So you have your middle piece, and then you have the outside. Or if you want to do smaller, you could do smaller. Or just put a couple in there and make it your own.
It's worth going online and seeing some of the projects they made.
Yeah.
We've got some of the pictures on our website.
Definitely 3D and build it up. Awesome. And then for you foam people that love some foam sheets, we have some red and green in stock. These are $5.99, and all of these products are on the new product showcase. And then the last thing we added was this Spellbinders Diamond Plaid embossing folder, $9.99. And now we'll go to new products. So the first one I'm going to show you is from Sizzix. It is $24.99. Sizzix and $49 in Market. And this guy is called Affirmations. You are strong. I am enough. We are equal. You are loved. Kind, brave, valued, smart, loved, powerful. However, this does not do it justice. I'll show you what does in a minute. Sort of, maybe. Little bias. Okay, but so you know, it has stamps and dies. These are the dies that come. So all the big bubbly words. And then you have your little squares, your hearts. This is the piece around the edges. And then you got a couple other little pieces here. And then here are your stamps that go with it. They're pretty good sized. All right. And then this is what I made using it.
It's so beautiful.
So you can punch out the hearts. You can die cut them, but I liked the stamp, so I went with the stamp. And then I popped up the love. And you know, you don't just have to stamp on a flat surface. I stenciled some texture paste on this one and then stamped over top of it. Give it a different look. So this stamp and die set is $24.99 from $49 in Market and Civics. And then the next one is $24.99 as well from Civics and 49 Market. It is thinlit in stamps. It has their shadows. This is what I made out of it. So all these little black dots in the background, they are stamps. And so are the fireworks, sparkles. I don't know what that's called. That little pop there. And then these are the stamps that come with it. Which Barbie knew there were stamps. And I was like, oh, there's stamps. It was a great surprise for me. She was like, they're there. It says so.
Great background and texture stamps.
But lots of fun. And, you know, not just happy birthday, birthday wishes, happy anniversary, best wishes, happy birthday. So lots of fun. And then we have a new, well, new to us. Might be new. I don't know. Stamper's Anonymous stamp. It is Mini Holidays, CMS 066. Oh, we don't have a price on it. I think it's $29.99, but Barbie's going to confirm that. So
CMS what?
066. And then these are all, you know, you can use them individually.
$29.95, but today it's 30% off.
Woohoo! And I really liked, you know, a lot of these elements. But you can use them all together too if you would like. And now to Barbie.
Okay.
We like sharing. Sharing's caring too.
So we've got a couple other new products to show you. This one is a Studio Light product, and it is called Grunge Tag and Tickets. So you've got this tag. All right. First of all, the tag, there's two dies here. So there's a border die and then there's an inner die, and they kind of have deckled edges. So that's really nice. And then there's, excuse me, two different ticket styles, both rectangular. This one that's got the dip at the top and the bottom, and then this one that's got the jaggedy edges at the top and the bottom. And then there's an additional butterfly die, and then just kind of some greenery here. And then for the stamps, and you can see this is where the grunge comes in. But of course, you don't have to use these stamps with those dies. Okay, you can use other things that you have as well. This you can't really see super well. Okay, it's the face of a lady. You could see her there. And then there's some like round stamps and postagey type things. And then here you've got a ticket that's 18 cents and a ticket that's words in the background and butterfly. And then you have, excuse me. Of course, this happens when it's my turn to talk. You have these dies. This will cut out the front ring and the back ring, and then that puts the hole between them. So let me show you some of the things that we made.
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Anthony's trying to be a funny guy.
Oh,
He says, if y'all want a white Christmas, come to Cleveland. We're expecting 6 to 10 inches of snow this weekend. I think he can keep it.
hey, Anthony, send us pictures. We'll
Yep.
watch them from in front of our fireplaces.
Yes,
because that's
that
where
is what-
us Southern girls are going to be. All right, so here is one where I've used the products. Okay, I've just done some ink blending here, green to blue to purple, stamped that big stamp, and cut out the inside tag, the outside border, and one of the circles, and just put that together. I haven't even punched that one yet. And again, y'all remember, a lot of times we are opening these boxes on Thursday late afternoon, and you know, our time that we have to make things is very, very limited. So I know I show you a lot of things that are half done. All right, here are some of the other products. Again, the inside and outside tag die and the page. I do have the hole in that one. You can see through to my hand. And then there are the two tags. The 18-cent one I did just on some red paper, and the butterfly, woo, I'm throwing down on the ground. The butterfly tag I did on some brown packaging. And then this butterfly. Okay, so this paper, I don't know how well you can see it. This is that Shabby Chick Lisa
You can't
Horton.
really see it that very
Okay,
well.
they're a little bit better right there. I'll show you something else in a minute that's got it on. Anyway, it's from that Shabby Chick Lisa Horton pack that we showed you last week, which is also 30% off, it being Saturday, and this is being the last day of our 30% off sale. Anyway, I cut the butterfly out of the same paper. And then I actually cut this out of the same paper, the little greenery, and then just went over it with a little bit of green ink. So that's all those bits and pieces. And then here's April using the same. Okay, so she's used like an ATC die for the big shape here. And then I'm going to turn this a little sideways. You can see there's acetate over, but the acetate she's cut out with the tag shape. So you can see right there and in the corner right here where it's just acetate with that shape. And then she's used, oh, and these are going to be hard to find.
They're right there.
She's
I see
used a couple little of the butterfly die cuts on top of this flower paper. So that's kind of a cool look. So there's,
That's the washi.
you know, oh, okay. This is the washi.
Mhm.
Which washi?
One of the washes we got recently.
Okay.
I have to go look at them.
Yeah. So that's one of the all in create washes. No, don't.
No,
We're
no.
okay. We're
Okay, I won't.
And then
Oh.
here's, oh. Yep. We're going to recycle that in a second. And then here's some just tags that I cut out. The butterfly on red, this on packaging paper, and then these two. And again, you can't see super well, but it's also that kind of mottled Shabby Chick paper from, I guess it's probably called Shabby Chic.
Yeah, I think that's
From-
what it's called.
Yeah, I know, but you know.
Hey, you so good. I'm not picking.
So anyway,
You do great.
that's that. And okay, so April and I also got this die. And there aren't any left to sell, or not die, stamp set. We are willing to order it for you. Listen, if you're on live and you would like us to order one of these for you, just shoot us a message in the live. I want one of the ACT stamp sets. Okay. That's all you have to say. We will get it ordered. It'll be in next week. We'll handle it for you. If you're watching this later after the live, please just send me like a quick email
There's a pen right there.
and tell me, yeah, I want it to be a bigger one though. And tell me that you want it. Are we going to be backwards here?
No, it shouldn't.
Yeah. Okay. So it's Barbie. Okay. This one's dead.
Be. Of course it is. It's
What?
not dead. It's frozen because it's ruined.
Well, I think it's dead. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, Teresa, you're right. It is Petal Kiss number 143.
Colored pencil, friends. The ink's not going to run on that one. All right. It's Barbie, like the doll. That's my nickname. Barbie at. Because I keep telling you guys to let me know what you want, and then nobody ever does because y'all are silly. All right, so ScrappyShak, Barbie at ScrappyShak.com. Just remember
Or
that
April.
Shack is not spelled with a C. It only has the K. You can also do April at ScrappyShak.com. Okay, so just shoot one of us an email and we will get it ordered for you. But let me show you what's in it. So this is CS362 Classic ATC stamp. And it comes, if I turn it the right way, it comes with a stamp for the back of your ATCs. Kristen Root, are you watching this? All right, so it's artist, title of your piece, theme, and date. And then you've got this cool bit that can just be a background on to the front side. There are little sayings here: kindness wins, stay positive, and miracles happen. And of course, you could use whatever stamps you already have. And then you've got this little bit of vine and flower type thing. So we got it mostly because of the back, and I just gave you the one that I wanted to show again. All right, so on the back of April's ATC here, she has used it, and she hasn't filled out everything, and we'll work on that with her, you know. But just kidding. I mean, I don't know that I would title my pieces and discuss the themes, but you know, it's a thing. All right. Next up, Oh, and how much was that grungy set?
Ooh, I don't
I
remember.
think I said it at the beginning. Okay, so the grunge one was $9.54. And then can you look up on Nations this one?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then April's gonna look and tell you how much the ATC one is. All right. So also new from Sizzix and 49 in Market is this little doily banner die set. And wait till I show you all the bits and pieces. And I have to tell you, I'm not much of a banner girl myself. So I see me, for the most part, snipping these little bits off, which isn't going to take anything, you know, just with the scissors. But these are, I'm a lace and doily girl. I just have to say,
12.95.
it's all right. So going back to the ATC, that one is $12.95. Okay, now this, you guys, are all that pieces. Okay, so you can see they've shown you on the front pretty clearly that it's got the 3 different banner sets, but they haven't shown you how many different pieces you have. So this one and this one, you can decorate with these 3 sizes. And then of course you could pile smaller sizes on top of them. This one here goes with this size. This one here. Oh, so does this one. Okay, so these two, this one and this one go with this middle size here. This one right here goes with these, and you have 4 options here. And then this one goes with this set. And there's a 3 layered bow, because there's the bow with the streamers, there's the bow topper, and then there's the little piece in the middle. And, you know, me, depending on my mood, sometimes I would use this and then just color the piece in the middle, or put a piece of bling in the middle spot instead. So flexible what all you can do with that. And then I have cut the bits. All right. And y'all, I cut these at like 6 o'clock this morning while my husband was in the shower and I was waiting for my turn. I have not had a chance to make projects with them. I'll try to make you some projects for next week, but this is as far as I got. Then we had to be at the store and get ready for things. So
Here we are.
here we are. So I have just done these. And so these are like literally mix and match. All right. So here I've got a dark pink, and I can put this light pink piece on, and there's a matching piece in its size. So those have the same kind of cutout. So I can make them match. All right. Here's bubbles, kind of a bubble look. I can make them match. And here's sort of a little diamonds, almost kind of a combination of diamonds and dots. All right, so I can do that. And of course I could do colors that are more contrasting. I could do red and blue if I wanted, but I can also mix and match. I could have the bubbles here and the diamonds here. You know, you can do anything you want. So that's that set and some of its color combinations. Then here's this one. Again, same choices more or less. Although this particular one has this choice that's a little more of a solid piece. Although now that I'm looking at it, I think that middle bit pops out. Yep, that should pop out. So then you see a little bit more of that dark purple showing through. Or you could leave it in if you want, or if you're me, you could put a piece of bling there. All right, so these are really cute. And like I say, my plan is to like snip them a little bit. I almost think, look, y'all, on those little mice, wouldn't that be a cute apron?
That would be an adorable apron or a bib.
Oh, on the baby mice. Yep. All right, and then here is the final one. And again, like here, if I wanted to, I could put okay, so I've got the lighter blue bits, and I could layer on the purple in the middle if I wanted to, and you know, just keep going and going and going, and it would be all kinds of great fun. And then I did cut out some of the bows. So I've got dark pink bow that I might use with the light pink overlay, and then the dark pink centerpiece, all that good kind of stuff, if I can get it laid out there. So adorable. I need more contrasting colors, but like I said, it was 6 o'clock this morning, and I was
Sounds like an excuse.
yeah. Well, that's when I had the time for that one because I was doing the other before. But anyway, that is $16.99, and I can see myself using, like, if you put one of these on like a little bit of a rectangle background, it would be a great pocket in a junk journal.
Oh,
Okay, so
yes.
Jennifer Marshall, I know that you are busy this morning and not watching, but if you catch this later, that's a junk journal pocket, Jennifer Marshall. I know you want that.
Hey, we're gonna have to try that later. We'll
Oh,
do a lab.
we'll do a lab. We'll do a lab. All right. And then here's our final set of new products. And then I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things. Okay. So we got these tiny Tim Santa stamps. And these are those cute ones that are perfect for ATCs, or, you know, if you're going to do a card with, oh gosh, these would be good junk journal pockets too. A card where you're going to have a couple layers. They're only $6.95, which makes them even more adorable. I like a good deal. Here is a tag that April made where she's actually used the grunge cutouts. And so that they go good together too. You know, if you're interested in that that grunge tag that we showed you, it's almost perfect. It just cuts off. It basically cuts off like the border of this. But anyway, it's adorable, and she's used some of her Studio Light grunge paper. No, that's not the Studio Light.
That is not. That is the mini oxides, and I just ran the cubes over it.
That's white paper. Look at that.
It's
I love
lumberjack
it.
plaid and rustic forest or rustic.
Rustic Wilderness
That's
and
the one.
lumberjack plaid. Okay.
You're amazing.
There
Yay.
she goes. All right, so that one is COM025. And it is I think it's called,
Believe.
nope, it's called Christmas Miracle.
Oh well.
So
I mean,
you believe in the Christmas miracle. There we go. All right, so this one is COM027, and it's called Reindeer Games. Okay, and you can see it's got this glorious artsy rainbow and snowflakes and swingers and
Not a rainbow.
I think I'm gonna go home and take a nap.
But you know what? Now later today, I'll print it and make it a rainbow. How about that?
Okay, April's gonna make me a rainbow reindeer. All right, and what color did you use here? This is pretty. Is that?
That is vintage photo.
It is a vintage photo. Okay, so and then she's got the little cutout here in gold, which just really accents that. And again, her cubist art there. All right, and then this one nobody's had time to make an example of. Poor little guy. This one is called First Christmas. It's COM025, and you've got 5, and you've got Santa. I make up my own accents, people. I've been listening for a week and a half now. I've been listening to the Thursday Murder Club books, which is very British. And so you'll be lucky if I don't break out in some crazy accent here in a minute.
Do it.
No.
Okay, do it later.
What song?
Oh, you know what song? I know what song.
What British song do I always sing?
Oh, no, I am not. All right. COM028. All right. And this one is called Santa Letter. And of course, it just looks like a letter in the background, and it says postcard along the side. And I got to play with this one for a little bit. I actually made one on this is it.
Hey, you found it.
I found it.
Good job, you.
I was trying to show this to April this morning and I couldn't find it. But this is Seth Apter gessoed onto a playing card, and the playing card was originally red. You could see a little bit of the red still showing through. I didn't gesso it to cover it to death, and then I used that ATC stamp on the back, so with the white gesso there. And then here I used it with the Studio Light
Looks so good.
grunge dye. I need to fix the eyeballs. I got one that's colored and one that's not, but other than that, I think it's pretty cute. I did color that one. Okay, but notice this one I didn't color. There's just a little red showing through the gesso. So again, that theory that you do not always have to color your stamps. I know that's what's holding some of you back, is you just don't want to sit down and color. And then here he is on the packing paper. He needs a little ironing, but other than that,
No,
he's
he
pretty
doesn't.
cute. And then here is just ink blended, green to yellow to red, and kind of a fun look. All right, so in classes, in the store, and recently, I have seen some people struggling with ink blending, and I know we've talked about it before. And I know for some of you, this is like way, way basic. So I apologize. But for others of you, you just need somebody to sit down and say this to you in words. This is a primary color paint set. Okay. Your primary colors are yellow and red and blue. And this what makes a color primary is you can't mix anything else to get that. So if you think about it, what colors do you mix to get yellow?
Yellow.
Yeah, you can't mix anything and come up with yellow. Same is true of red, same is true of blue. So these are your primary colors, your original colors. All right, and then there's black and white to make it lighter or darker, whatever you're mixing. Okay, and just to review, if you mix all three of these together, you're gonna get what I hear people on videos all the time call mud. It's going to be something brownish, grayish, blackish. And for some people, okay, looks like poop, April says. For some people, they don't want that. Okay, so this is probably something you already know, but here's a couple things you might not think of. So if you add yellow plus red plus blue, you're going to get mud. All right, we're just going to call it mud because it's various colors. All right, but what people don't think about sometimes is this. If you put yellow and red together, you get, say it, Teresa, orange. All right, so we have a school, a local high school. The colors are blue and orange. And if you were trying to make something for a teacher there and you tried to mix orange and blue because orange already has yellow and red in it, you're going to get mud. All right.
Did I pass?
You did. All right. So the yellow and the blue makes green. And here's where a lot of you are having problems right now. So if you take that yellow and blue and make green, and then you add red, you've blended all three colors together again, and you're going to get mud. All right. And I'm going to show you, well, hold on.
What do you need?
So this is why the one that I just ink blended. This is why I put the yellow in between, okay, as a buffer, because yellow will mix with green, okay, and red will mix with yellow, okay, but the red and green, if you put them right next to each other, are going to give you mud. Now, if you want that color for some reason, then great, go for it. You know, some of you are grungy girls. April and I call them dirty girls.
Yeah.
You know, you get that dirty verty look, like Seth Actor's embossing color. But
that should be a color.
But if you put the
it should be a name. Dirty girl.
Oh no, but he does have dirty verty.
Oh, he does. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. There's the dirty vert, which is the green and brown. It's a pretty color. Okay, so anyway, if you put the red and the green right next to each other, though, you are going to get that muddy look, and that's where some of you are having some problems. All right, and then the same is true here. If you put the red and the blue together, you're going to get sort of a purplish, although honestly, you usually have to add a little bit of white or something. And so if you put purple and yellow together and blend them, again, you're going to get the mud. All right, so these are sort of your mud combinations. So for me, to make it easier in my brain, I either try to stick with the cool colors, which are your greens,
that's because you cool,
blues, and purples on one card. And not everybody wants to do that. All right. But if you blend those together, you're going to be okay. Or I'll try on another card to stick with my warm colors, like the red, yellow. And with red, you know, we're talking about pink too. Red, yellow, and orange. Okay. And then you don't have to worry about any of those. Those are all going to blend just fine. If you're going to try to mix a cool and a warm, you might have to put a little something in between. Like when I took the green and the red and I put the yellow in between to kind of let them go. All right. And then the other thing that I've noticed about people ink blending is most people's problem when you don't get a nice smooth blend like you want. Oh, can you get me a pink brush?
A pink? Yes. get you pink.
Most people's problem there is just not going long enough, not going far enough. So I'm gonna do, let's see. I'm gonna kind of show you this. So I've got a warm color and I've got a cool color, and I'm gonna put my yellow in between. What?
Anthony says, I guess I'm a dirty boy.
That's okay. It's okay if that's if that's the color you want, it's fine. But so many people in the store start mixing up colors, and then they look at me and they're like, "Oh, it turned brown. I didn't want that in my," because and I'm like, "Okay, people, let's think back to kindergarten, people." All right, now y'all, this is my technique. I really haven't seen other people do it this way, but I start at the top and the bottom and then go in the middle when I'm just doing 3 colors in a small area. Okay. I would maybe do it different if I was doing a bigger piece. All right, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get this end to be sort of a dark pink, and I could do this, y'all, by using different colors. Okay, I've picked up Kitsch Flamingo. If I really wanted it to be dark, I would use, I would start with something like pink raspberry and maybe go to Kitsch Flamingo and then spun sugar. But right now, I only want to deal with 3 colors. So I'm doing this darkest version of Kitsch Flamingo at the very end, but then notice I'm letting a little bit of it come out sort of to the middle of the card. All right, and then because I'm weird and I'm me, most people would just go on to yellow from here, but I'm gonna go the other direction. I'm gonna start with green. And again, I'm starting at the bottom because I want it to be a little bit darker on the bottom for me. And then I'm gonna continue on towards the middle of the paper, but of course I'm running out of ink, and so it's lightening up. Just gonna go back along that very bottom a little wee bit more, and then come up here. And I'm not necessarily trying to do straight lines, so I might come up a little farther here and right here. And maybe with the pink, I'll come down a little bit more in the middle. And look, I've almost got the whole thing colored. I haven't even put any yellow on. All right, so now I'm going to come back in with, this is mustard seed. And of course, you can use whatever colors you want. And I'm just going to go across this middle area. And I'm going to cover up some of that lighter green bit. And I'm going to cover up some of this lighter pink bit. And I think one of the big problems that people have is not putting on enough ink. Okay, if you don't get it solid, if you leave it all splotchy, you're not getting as good of a blend. And so this is by no means perfect or expert or anything, but by golly, I've got some blended ink here. A little bit darker, a little bit more. Can get it to go. All right. So, and I've even created a wee bit of orange by blending the pink and the yellow, and just to kind of give it a more even look. I think, honestly, how long ago?
It's over here.
Okay.
So,
I don't like the way the pink looks right here, so I think I'm actually just going to go over the whole pink with yellow, and it's still pink. You can still see. But anyway, so it's blended, no mud. I need to work on evening this bit out here a little bit, but I don't want to bore you by continuing to work on that online. But again, guys, just think back to those color lessons that you learned from paint mixing back in early elementary school.
that's so long
If it's gonna make brown in the paint, it's gonna make brown on your page. All right, Miss Boss Lady, you have anything you want to say to close us out? We are wrapping it up for the day. Oh, wait. Sorry, one more. I had dropped this one. I told you I was going to show you more of this. This is that Lisa Horton paper.
Shabby
so yeah, shabby chic, shabby chic, whatever we're going to call it. With all that, and remember, it had all those pretty wood tones. So I left a little bit of the paper on there so you could see it better. So again, stamping. If you don't want to color everything, think about using a lightly modeled or patterned paper as well. Okay, the end.
Ready? Ready? You're not ready?
She's not ready. Please
She-
hold a second.
She's coming. She's coming.
Okay, I'm ready.
She's ready.
Hi! So excited to be back. I can't even tell you. I'm very, very excited. So I like your see-through Grinch there. You know, when you stand in, come here. Come here. You can it's
stand
still, like
Now,
See that it's the Grinch now.
great.
just remember, you're not seeing through to my skin. These are not Barbie's boobies, okay? You're seeing through to the. Otherwise, my husband would be on. You're seeing through to the.
Okay, it's
To the
getting inappropriate.
Oh, sorry.
Go away. Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm so excited to see all of you again, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week. The following 2 weeks, though, I am going to be gone. I'm gonna take my husband somewhere away from here, so maybe he can get even better. We're gonna spend Christmas down in the Florida Panhandle. So I think he deserves it. He's worked really hard, and frankly, so am I. So I think I'll see you guys next week, though, whether it's from here or from home. And I'm super, super excited to be back. I hope everybody's having a Merry Christmas. And come, if you're local, come sign up for that gingerbread house class. It's going to be so much fun. Talk to you next week. Bye.